No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm gonna share some of them stories with you on this channel. Before we even start this show, all right, I need you guys to listen to me. Violence isn't love. I had to pre-record this show because I was working on a few things, right? And I'm working on this camera to get this everything properly worked out. But I got y'all. This is gonna be a good one. We're not judging anyone here, but we are finna clear the air. With that being said, roll the footage. Let me break this down, right? Now, yesterday we was watching the Industry Talk show, and you guys know I'm normally watching 5 o'clock. Angel's normally watching 5 o'clock, and, you know, Angel really got triggered by what she was seeing. I got upset about what I was hearing, right? But everybody's got their own way of dealing with and really handling certain situations. I will say this, right? There comes a point in a time where you got to break the generational curse. We talked about this a few shows back when it came to financial things, but today we are talking about the ability to know when it's time to move on, when it's time to say no, and when it's time to really understand that, hey, I'm worth more than going back and forth with someone that's at the point where they feel like they got to physically put their hands on me or you're watching this and you deal with some type of spousal abuse, you're dealing with any type of abuse at all, even if it is verbal, right? I am going to tell you right now, before we get deep into the show, I need you to detach, release, uncouple, and move the heck on. No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm going to share some of them stories with you on this channel. Today's episode is entitled Trauma Meets Conflict. Welcome back to Inside Speaks. Today's conversation is heavy, but necessary. We're talking about spousal arguments that turn physical, how they start, why they escalate, and how to stop them before anyone gets hurt. This isn't about blame. This isn't about shaming couples. This is about safety, accountability, and understanding. Whether you're a veteran carrying trauma or a civilian dealing with stress, this episode is for you because conflict happens, but violence doesn't have to happen. Here's why I say that. Man. It can get to a point where an individual gets so angry, they may not stop just slapping you around. They may end up putting you in the ground, deleting you. This is something that you do not want to let linger on, carry on, move on. This is something that needs to be nipped in the bud ASAP. When arguments turn physical, there is a problem. There is a disconnect. Now, let's be real. Sometimes alcohol is involved. Sometimes early childhood trauma is involved. There is never, and I say never, there is never a reason for any of you guys to put hands on anybody when it comes to somebody that you say you care about or somebody that you say you love. I'm going to tell you to leave for a few days. Take off. And as you cool down, as you kind of work through what you're working through, you'll know if it's meant for you to come back or it's meant for you to stay away. Here's my point. There's times when I get hot, I get mad, I get maybe confused. I may not realize what's going on, and when I see what's going on, it may tick me off. But I know there's a point where I've got to say, all right, man, listen, you already know you deal with PTSD. You already know you deal with certain things that you may need to have some type of safety barrier, which my safety barrier is getting outside and going to walk. Because as I go walk or as I go ruck, that gives me opportunity to cool down. And I do this every day. Every day. I'm talking about it's better for you to go cool off, chill out, than to go back and forth. Man, sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you have such of a mental overload, especially when it comes to finances, especially when it comes to dealing with family, especially when it comes to dealing with associates and friends that bring their drama inside your own household. I have been there. Angel and I have dealt with these type of things numerous of times. But I am telling you now, here and today, learn to separate so you can elevate. Sometimes you need to break away to see you may be the problem. Sometimes you need to separate away because the other individual may be the problem. But there is a disconnect. There is an issue when you feel like you got to swing away, Barry Bond somebody's face because you may not be getting your way or you may not have a great communication power. I'm not the best communicator. I'm not. But I know there is a point where it's like, all right, man, I'm so frustrated, I'm so angry, I'm so upset, I'm not liking what's going on, I'm going to take off. Now, I may not drive like I used to no more, but I may just hop on, grab my ruck, and go hit the road. Seriously. We got to work on that. We must work on that. When things escalate, the yelling, door slamming, I do that a lot. Getting in each other's faces. Yeah. I do a lot of door slamming. I'll do that. But sometimes I'll be doing that just because I'm mad at myself or something messed up. I'd rather slam a door than slam a body. Triggers normally start with the tone, disrespect, past trauma, and feeling unheard. The next loss of control is grabbing the arm, blocking the doorway, pushing past somebody. And finally, when the aftermath hits, after you done exploded, you know what happens? Guilt, fear, shame, silence. Veterans often escalate faster because the nervous system is trained to react. Civilians often escalate emotionally because they don't understand that reaction. Now, you're in a relationship with someone that's been in the military and someone that has not been in the military. May be a little difference, but it's all the same. Some of us know how to push each other's buttons. Some of us know, hey, this is what my spouse don't like, but I'm going to do it anyway just so I can get under his or her skin. Being conniving, right? And we all do this. We all know what buttons to push. We all know what buttons not to push, right? But you, as an individual, have to stay in control. Now, we've all made mistakes. That's why I had to cut back on my drinking, because there's some things I still haven't got over my damn self. There's some things that I'm still upset about to this day, but some of those things are out of my control. But when you start adding alcohol, emotions, PTSD, all in the mix, terrible things can happen. Even when you don't realize that you are doing it. Trust me, I know, I've been there. You made it this far through the show. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, and share, because this one right here today was meant to be. All right. Here's a few safety tools you can use, man. When it gets to the point where you're already at the point of no return, first thing you need to do is take a step back first, right? Take a step back. Do your best. Now, listen, when I say this, do your best to control your tone. Now, at this point, you're probably already heating and you're yelling, and it's yelling back and forth. You're going to see who's going to get louder than the next, right? You got to pause. Attempt to take a minute and breathe. Hell, sit on the couch. Go close the door, sit in the room. Let a little silence come between. Let your thoughts process. First thing and foremost, you need to know what your triggers are. You must know what your triggers are. Everybody's triggers are different. You gotta know when to throw the white flag in, right? You know, ever see the old little war cartoons and they show somebody pulling up and they waving the white flag? That is not a point of saying you lost. That's the point of saying, you know what? I'm about to take this a little too far, so it's best for me to go ahead and let you have it. Let's agree to disagree and move on. These tools aren't complicated. They're simple, but they are also actions that you can repeat every time you end up having an argument. And most of the time, a lot of arguments that you may have is over the same thing and that has not been resolved yet. And you bring it back up. And it could be just a simple, hey man, you ain't clean up the way I like you to clean up, right? And that could just be a simple, oh, I'm gonna get to it, da 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 da. But something else can happen and you'll bring up something in the past that has nothing to do with just the cleaning up part, but you did it to be spiteful, you did it to just to make sure, man, I'm still here, I'm establishing dominance, which turns into an argument, which leads into a war. After watching that show yesterday and listening to what Cherry said and Terry Cherry said, listen to what she was saying, everybody don't have to listen. Everybody was not raised the same way. A lot of people was not brought up the same way, and I don't hold nothing against it. And I'm not here to judge nobody, but I'd be damned if my daughter or sons come to me and say, hey, daddy, my spouse or my lady or my dude feels like it's right for them to beat on me because they not getting their way or they have a problem. Listen to me. You ain't got to worry about the laws. Trust and believe. You ain't got to worry about the laws. I'm going to come see you. We're going to have a real conversation. You know why we're going to have a conversation? Because your body is not going to be able to move. All you're going to do is be able to hear and suck out of a straw. Don't worry. I'm thinking very calmly. I would suggest you to, hey man, sometimes my daughter may get on your nerves. Hey, sometimes my son may get on your nerves. I suggest you hop in your car and just roll off and cool off. Don't you put your hands on my seeds. You see, I'm not your average father. I'm a second chance father. That means I'm not going to go for a third strike. I'm not losing these over some Negro or some female that cannot control themselves. You won't get as mad as I'm going to get. I promise you that. And you may not be able to be that one to take it as far as I will. You upset about an argument. I'm upset because you putting your hands on my kids. Oh, Angel'll still be around. I'll do the time. That's a for sure fact. See, that's why I say when it comes to this topic right here, you know what I'm saying? I've watched some of the things my old man used to do. I watched what some of my uncles used to do. I watched what these so-called deacon player pimps used to do. Man, this ain't the 50s, this ain't the 30s, nor is it the 40s. Your ass will be deleted around this thing. You will be on somebody's shirt. Walk away. Walk away. I will respect you more. Just walk away. Seriously. For my veterans listening, your reactions do make sense. We are trained to react. We are trained to delete the opposition. True enough. But there are times where we may not be able to separate from what's going on in our minds to what's going on in front of us. Sometimes we're placed back on a battlefield when arguments and things do happen. This is a fact. I'm not sitting here talking on this camera as if I'm some perfect person that ain't never went through no things. Trust me, I have my moments, man. I have my moments where I lose my damn cool. I have my moments even when it comes to the kids where it's like, I need y'all to be soldiers. I need you to be strong, and at the end of it, I don't even realize, hey man, you still talking to kids that's not even 10, 11 yet. They're still children. So I'm not on here just pointing no finger, you do this, you need to do that. I'm in the same conversation. Now, I'm not finna go around here putting my hands on Angel, and Angel not finna put her hands on me. We know we'll leave out. She'll probably go do some writing. Man, I'll get in here and do some painting or some working on a project or something like that. But when your mind tells you it's okay for something like this to happen, there's an issue. There's a problem. There is a disconnect. There's a real disconnect when you are okay with somebody putting their hands on you. I don't care if you're playing or not. Listen, I'm not no better than nobody else. Keep your damn hands to yourself. How about that? We'll be right back, man. We're going to let these commercials roll through and do what we do, man.
Semi-Quest here, back at it again. Hey, I just dropped a new single, All Over the World, featuring myself and the kid GQ, produced by the super producer, Marvelous J. Say, man, don't sleep on it, man. We're going to take y'all somewhere with this, man. I don't know if you've been here or you've been there, or you might not have been anywhere at all, but this is where I'm going to take you. All over the world. Now, for real, hey, what it is, though, hey, the question's here, what that mean? The best is here.
Let's go, man. Welcome back to Inside Speaks. I'm your host, Inside. Listen, man, they say Inside, man, you don't be posting a lot, bro. I say I be working, man. You don't be posting a lot. I say I be working. Guess what, though? Something that we about to be rolling out here and for now on, all updates, all let you guys know what's going on. Moments will be coming from Inside Speaks. That's right, man. We're making it official. When I talk about it, it's lit. It's official. It is official. And I really mean that, man. Lock in with your boy. It's all the way up. Big shout out to the main man, Toon, man. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the Question Must Be. Hey, listen, man, I've known this brother for quite some time. I got to meet him a few years back. When I say the brother work, he works. And one thing I do respect about this man, when he about his business, he stick to the business. He speaks up for himself. He shows up and do what he needs to do. And I love that. Need more DJs out there doing that type of thing, man. But welcome to the team, man. Gotta show love to everybody doing that thing. Don't worry, so many more updates are coming along the way. Lock in with our boy Toon, man. You know what you need. You know what it is. Lock in, spend that bread, and get you a real one. It's all the way up. It's your boy Inside. Let's get it. I pulled over for just a second. I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you to go to jbcomedy.com and go get you a stanky skin tee. You heard it. That's right. And you might be wondering to yourself, bro, why do I want to get a stanky skin tee for? Well, let me tell you. There's a Stanky Skin special out right now that you can go purchase only for $5. And you can go check out the video, stream it, run it, get your laugh in the same way I was laughing. He is a veteran, so you know I'm supporting all the way. I got my ticket. Go get yours. Get you some of that Stanky Skin tee. 100% cotton, unisex. Everybody's included. Have to pull up and let you guys know. It's Inside. Welcome back to Inside Speaks. Military veteran point of view. It's only one way to do it, y'all. The right way. Support the people when you can. You may not always got it, so make sure you hit a like, share, and subscribe to everything bro's got going. But if you got a little extra, make sure you go get you some gear, lock in, get you some ticket, and maybe come to a city near you. He's always on the road. Lock in. It's all the way up. Roll that footage.
Let me say something before I read this shortened version of my blog. Listening to this podcast yesterday honestly pissed me off so much that I had to leave the podcast. I will never allow my child to go through what I heard yesterday. I wanted to say so much more, but it seems like this generation, especially those 35 and under, doesn't really like to listen. They would rather talk than actually hear and understand what we are truly trying to say. And that's the part that bothers me the most. Sometimes listening isn't about agreeing with everything being said. It's about being willing to hear someone else's experience, learn from it, and understand where they're coming from. There is so much wisdom in the things people have lived through, but you can't receive that wisdom if you're too busy preparing your response instead of actually listening. When did hitting become a love language? What You Think Is Love Is Truly Not, by yours truly, Lynette Williams. I was listening to a podcast today, and I'm not even going to lie. This young lady pissed me off. Not because she was young or had a different opinion, but because I heard physical violence talked about almost like it was another form of communication inside a relationship. Like, I hit you because you weren't listening. You hit me because I pushed you too far. We fight, but we love each other. And the entire time I was listening, one question kept running through my mind. When the hell did hitting become a love language? Somewhere along the way, we started putting cute names on ugly behavior. We called jealousy passion, possessiveness protection, screaming communication, and fighting loving hard. Now people put their hands on one another and say, that's just our relationship. No, that is not a love language. That is a problem. While listening, my mind immediately went back to Eve's 1999 song, Love is Blind. One short line still says everything. What you think is love is truly not. Decades later, we are having the exact same conversation. What are we calling love? If I have to slap you to make you listen, that is not love. If you have to punch me because I made you angry, that is not love. If we destroy each other on Monday, apologize on Tuesday, make up on Wednesday, and brag on Thursday about how long we've been together, what are we celebrating? Longevity doesn't mean love. Sometimes it just means a cycle lasted a long time. Children don't come into this world knowing what a healthy relationship looks like. They watch us and absorb what happens around them long before they have the words to explain it. Imagine a child repeatedly seeing fight, scream, hit, cry, apologize, kiss, stay together. They learn that this must be what love looks like. Then that child grows up and chaos feels familiar. Familiar feels like love even when it isn't. Breaking generational cycles is hard because you are asking someone to reject the only definition of love they have ever known. Social media doesn't help either. People record arguments, go live during fights, and joke publicly about being toxic, saying, "That's my toxic bae." We laugh about destroying phones, pulling up on people, and slapping each other. When we constantly consume chaos for entertainment, dysfunction starts feeling normal. To the young woman who thinks this is love, if he has to scare you to keep you, that is not love. You do not have to prove loyalty by surviving somebody. You do not have to stay because you remember who they were on the good days. And baby, you do not have to bleed to prove that your love was real. Sometimes the strongest thing you will ever do is admit, I loved you, but I cannot keep losing myself to love you. And if you are putting your hands on him because you feel unheard, that is not okay either. Being emotional does not make violence acceptable. Your hands cannot become your voice. A woman hitting a man isn't cute or funny, and a man walking away doesn't mean he deserves to be provoked until he reacts. To the young man who thinks anger makes him strong, you do not become more of a man because somebody is afraid of you. Strength is not how hard you can hit. Strength is knowing you are angry enough to hurt somebody and choosing not to. One moment can follow you for the rest of your life. One punch, one shove, one decision, and suddenly your future is gone. Walking away from an argument isn't weakness. It is self-preservation. Please stop calling chaos chemistry, obsession loyalty, control protection, or violence passion. Love should not feel like preparing for war. You should not have to become an expert at surviving the person who claims to love you. Some of you are calling it love because admitting it is abuse would mean grieving the relationship you thought you had. You deserve to know the difference between being loved and being survived. Learn it before somebody you love becomes a memory, before one moment takes your whole future, and before another child grows up watching the same cycle and calls it love too. We have been saying love is blind for generations. But maybe love isn't blind. Maybe we are looking directly at the problem. But because somebody taught us that pain is part of loving somebody, we give harmful behavior a prettier name. As Eve said, what you think is love is truly not. The real question is, when are we finally going to open our eyes? If you want to read more of my blogs, please visit rawtruenovels.org and share your thoughts.
Welcome back, y'all. Listen. When it comes to the civilian aspect of this, here's some insight, right? For civilians with partners that have a past that sees where it's okay for physical violence, they see that it's okay to be used. They see that, well, I see my parents do this, and my parents and my parents' parents do this, so it must be right. That's something that you guys got to sit down and talk about. Now, you're okay, and that's what you consider love. Well, when I heard her say that, when I heard her say, man, that's just tough love, that's physical love, sometimes you got to put hands on your man so he understands what you're saying because we don't communicate as, man, hell no. Like I said, I'm not here to judge, but I totally disagree. You may have, listen, I don't, I've seen a lot of crackheads in my lifetime. I ain't never did crack. Not saying I ain't never did anything out here, but I'm saying I've seen individuals get out here and overdose. I ain't never overdosed. I've seen these falsified preachers out here con, swindle, and get over on people. I ain't never did none of that. Just because you see what's going on don't mean you gotta follow what's going on. Let me say that. Now, you feel like it's okay, man, I'm gonna put it like this. I hope that you never run into a parent like me. Because apparently, somebody's child gonna be missing and it ain't gonna be mine. I have a problem with that. I got a real problem with that. You want to go put your hands on something, man, go sign up to the military, go down overseas. Let me see you put your hands on something. Man, go ahead and get into that law enforcement world. Let me see if you actually put some hands on something. Y'all do all that big. I have no respect. And even some of my partners know. They know. Hey, man, I find out that's what you do. That's what you're into, man. You stay over there, dog. Because I don't want you to think, not for 1 iota of a minute, that you'll end up being around me and my lady end up saying something you don't like and you feel like you're going to put hands on it. Yeah, that's going to be barbecued. Yeah. Nah, listen. I'm a survivor. At times, I don't mind. Hey, I believe in cannibalism when it comes to surviving. Your ass will be on my plate. Not jokingly, though. Seriously. There's no cause for it. There's no excuse for it. Now, you're a young lady and a young man out here, and in your mind, you're saying that type of stuff is okay. You got to work on it. You gotta really get some counseling. Yep. Inside just said somebody got to get some counseling. Yeah, you got to get some counseling. You got to get some help. I don't see it. It's not the caveman days. We're not just grabbing females by the hair, dragging them across the road. You so-called players, pimps, say, man, stay away from me. Stay away from me. Because I don't have no sympathy for nobody. Man, just keep your hands to yourself. That's an old thing they used to say in the back in the day. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your damn hands to yourself. You feel like you got to put hands on me, man, I suggest you just move on because you're not going to be a human. Listen, as a veteran, as a person that's survived and been through 2 tours, first tour was worse than the second. I would suggest you feel like putting your hands on me. Please, go ahead and delete yourself. Oh, I prayed and hope that my kids never come to me like that. Never, ever. Now I know times is changing and people with these trends and this is the thing to do. It ain't the thing to do over here. Right or wrong, I don't care if my daughter is wrong with the argument. I don't care if my son is wrong with the argument. Don't put your hands on him. Hop in your car, you know what I mean? Go take a walk. Go do what you gotta do. But don't bring that type of energy and force around this legion, around this family. It's not happening. It's not okay. You know what, y'all are right. I may not be from y'all world, but I've seen enough to know when something's right and something's wrong. And you a Negro that's willing to stand around and watch somebody get their head beat in, you got something wrong with you too. Now, I'm not saying get out here and jump around and Captain Save-A. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is when it's your spouse, your family member, and they getting bing-bonged across the head, you need to do something. Now, I will say this. You do something that first time, and they ding badass, go back to them, leave it alone. They like it. They like the trauma. They like getting beat up. They like getting slapped around. They like getting treated like trash. If that's what they consider to call love, let them have it. You did your due diligence. Don't go no further. Let it be. Some people don't know when to leave well enough alone. I've been in that situation where I've had individuals attempt to put hands on my sisters. Huh? And I'm about to go to jail. And then I just run back to him. We just never gonna talk again. My cutoff game is strong. A healthy conflict isn't quiet, it's controlled, right? No yelling, no threats, no physical contact, clear barriers, calm tones, and accountability. It takes two to tango, y'all. It's hard to argue when somebody's not arguing back with you. And I'm not talking about arguing with yourself. I argue with myself a lot. But what I'm saying, the best way to halt the argument is, hey, man, I'm gonna let you say what you're gonna say. You done? All right, I'm finna just go over here and do me, and we're gonna agree to disagree and leave it at that. Healthy conflict is two people fighting for the relationship, not fighting in the relationship. Let me say that one more again. Healthy conflict is two people fighting for the relationship, not in the relationship. This may be hard for some of you guys to get. This may be hard for some of you guys to understand. But this is my take on this. This is where I stand on this. When it comes to having conflict, when it comes to arguments are going to happen all the time. They're not going to go away. You're not always going to agree on things. You're not always going to be willing to hear the next individual out. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. There's always going to be something. But there are limits. There are lines that you should not cross. There are things out here that is not okay to do. For you young men out there that feels like I can just slap a mug around. You got to understand. You may get away with it for a short time, but there will be a time a reckoning will come down. Karma is a B-I-T-C-H. Karma is a B-I-T-C-H. Think before you do. Think before you react. Now, as long as you thought of it, you can handle the consequences all right. Arguments happen. Stress happens. Trauma has happened. But you got to stay in control of it. Veterans and civilians both deserve a safe home, safe partners, safe conversations. And so I speak on this show. I'm here to help with that, at the same time to be open with you guys, because that's how the help happens. It's hard to help somebody when you ain't never been through the different situations that we talk about on this show. But I've been through them. I've had my moments. Got to check myself. One honest conversation at a time. One honest conversation at a time. It's never okay. Man, I feel for some of y'all that think it's okay. I really am doing my best to grasp the concept where you feel like that's okay. Man, I wouldn't even feel right. Angels in the store and she ended up telling me somebody done did something to them. I'm already on 10. The same way I go to war for my peace, the same way I go to war for this family. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. I had moments where I damn near blacked out and didn't realize what I was doing. Don't make it right. But for you, in your mind, in your head, to say, man, sometimes you just got to put your hands on somebody. Man, listen, there's a certain time and a certain place and a certain reason for that. You can't give me no reason to put your hand. And I'm not talking like some old head. What I am saying is you might got bad taste in the individual. You may got a disconnect with what the word love really means. Maybe you ain't never really been loved before. And I'm talking to anybody out there. You feel like your conversation of love is an elbow to the face and a scratch to the face. If that's what you consider love, man, I don't know. I'm not, listen, I ain't create the love boat, but I don't think that's going to float. I tell my kids I love them every day. Give them a hug all the time. Now, I may get on their nerves. Daddy, you gave me a hug. Yeah, I want another hug. I want you to know. I need you to know. I love you. This is the way people supposed to love you. This is the way they're supposed to love you. Not what the damn movies say. Not what some jackass on the street says. Not from what you done seen some of your other family members go through. No. In this household, I'm going to tell you I love you 20, 30 times out of the day if I got to. Hey, Tanner, come here, man. Hey, Taylor, come here, man. Hey, Tristan, come here, man. Dad just want a hug. Daddy want a high five. Even if they rolling, running across to go to the bathroom, I throw my hand up, my high five. That way the connection is there. I know they gonna have an attitude. They got an attitude like daddy. Yeah, I know. Kind of a short fuse, just like dad, just like mom. But they gonna know, hey, love don't start with a punch to the eye. Not here to judge. But I know what don't make sense. And some of that don't make sense. That's why you guys should definitely tap in with the Indie Talk Show. Definitely, they have at times they have some great conversations that will trigger you, that will lead to you want to do a rebuttal or say something back. And we was in them comments. I'm not gonna lie, right? And it was not here to judge. It's just it was hard for me, and I only speak for myself. It's hard for me to grasp where and when it was okay for that to be a thing. Yeah, I was lost in the sauce, y'all. I was lost in the sauce. But it was a great moment that needed to be had. Right? Matter of fact, after watching that today, when my kids get home from school, hey, y'all come sit down with me real quick. Let me explain something. See, that needed to happen. When my kids get home from school today, before they go off, normally they come here, run, take clothes off, go do their bath and all that stuff. We're going to have a real short, straight to the point conversation. Because listen, they getting older. They about to be going to the more schools. I know the boyfriend and the girlfriend thing finna come up. And listen, we're going to get a clear understanding off top how this thing goes and how it should go. I'm not going to tell you who you can and should not be with, but I'll tell you what. Daddy found out something that ain't right. I'm going to put my foot down. You can hate me, you could be mad at me, but I promise you, you're going to be healthy and well. And I find out that my kids are the ones doing the damage. Oh, I'll make a correction to that too. You ain't never too old to get corrected. Never. We ain't did it in this house. Why you doing it in your house? I ain't never liked to bully. And you ain't gonna be one. We ain't creating no bullies. Now we'll end the issue, but we're not finna start it. Man, I put my life on that. I've lived a great life. That's why I can talk this way. It's never okay. It's never okay. It's never okay. I don't care what you say. It's never okay. Well, that's just how I was raised. That's not an excuse. That's just all I know. It's still not an excuse. When something don't feel right, it ain't right. You ain't gotta like what I'm saying. It's my show. Say what I want on this thing. I'll tell you what. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Shit. Like I said, most of you guys that watch this, or some of you guys that may actually know me in person, y'all know I got a real short fuse. I'm an angry individual at times. But there's always a button that's being pushed. And you are in your household and you're the one pushing the button, be careful. Let me tell you, be careful. You're the one taking it to that next level. Move with caution. Because there will come a time, let me say this and make this very, very clear. There will be a time when the individual gets tired of being beat. There will be a time when the individual gets tired of being used. There will be a time when the individual gets tired of the things that they don't like. And guess what's going to happen? They are going to react. They are going to react. And it may not be violently. It may be to the point to where, you know what? I'm finna get away and I'm finna call the laws or whatever they gonna do to correct the situation. It's never okay. You feel like it's okay, man, stay away from me. Because the first moment I see you swing on, hey, right or wrong, man, right or wrong. Right or wrong, man. I would never, ever see when it's okay for anyone ever to say it's okay to put your hands on somebody because you're in an argument or you have the lack of the ability to control yourself. Another amazing show, man. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. It's your boy Inside. Make sure you guys continue to like, share, comment. Before we cut this show off, let me say this, y'all. I'm not here to offend. I'm not here to judge. I was running that through the comments, y'all. But, you know, I've been around for quite some time. And I appreciate everybody was tapping in. Everybody was pushing in their comments. I pre-recorded this show. There will not be a time when you guys do not get an episode from me. I don't care. Murphy Law did show up. Something happened to the court where I wasn't able to do live video. But I could still do the audio. So I was like, let me go ahead and pre-record our response for today's episode. and still get out here and do what we need to do. One thing about me, I'm persistent, I am relentless, and I will find a way to continue to do what I need to do. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys tapping in and locking into the show. Shout out to Angel, her amazing blog. You know, we always sharing her blogs. Shout out to SemiQuest. He sent over the radio joint. I took a clip of that. We sent that over to Primetime Radio. I took a clip of that, put it in here. Big shout out to Tune and everybody doing their thing out there, man. With that being said, I appreciate everybody that's tapping in. Make sure you guys constantly share and all that. Y'all get ready. We're going to be headed out to Kansas City in September, man, to do what we do, to show some love, to spread some joy and good energy. I know this was a heavy conversation, but sometimes we're not always going to laugh on here. You know what I mean? Some things need to be spoke about. And when we feel triggered, we got to speak on it. You know what I mean? We both two dingbats anyway. So, but beautiful blog, Angel. Amazing. So we're going to keep this thing going, man. If there's anything that you guys would like to share here and further on into the show, please let me know. That way I can already have it queued up and ready to go. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. Remember, it's in you, not above you. 7 million is never enough. And hey, man, you guys have an amazing day. Okay, now we can run the credits, because I'm just saying, man, I had me on 10. Had me and Angel on 10. Y'all just, woo. I'm not sorry, but god damn it. Anyway, make sure you guys tap in with Ink and Instinct, man. First annual AuthorCon, Operation Kansas. That's where we're going to be at. September the 12th. 2026, man. We will be there in the building rocking out. Jesus Christ. Yeah, my head. Angel, I need some medicine. My head hurt. Make sure y'all tap in with Yum Yum's projects. To wrap it up, man. Wrap it up. I know I'm supposed to wrap this show up. Listen. Wrapped in warmth, the Yum Yum project. Tap in. Y'all, I'm really triggered. Y'all just don't understand. Ooh, brother been through things. Lock in. Let's keep these kids warm for the families that do not have it. This is going to be running ongoing, so make sure you guys lock in with that. If you haven't already, make sure you tap in. Also with the Raw True novels is out right now. Go to the website. You can go ahead and get you some read some blogs, man. You can go ahead and get the books, and merch will be on the way, so you can purchase some shirts and things like that. But I appreciate everybody that was rocking out with the show. Now run the credits. Let's go. Jesus. Another amazing show, man. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. It's your boy Inside. Make sure you guys continue to like, share, comment, and be involved in the conversation. Every morning, 10 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, we do it again. I'll see you there. I'm going to make my way back home. You guys stay safe. Roll those credits.
Stop what you're doing right now and go subscribe to Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime on YouTube, all social media platforms. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to make sure you tap in. Right now, over 72,000 subscribers and well over 11 million views and watch time hours. So make sure that you continue to support, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and keep tapping in with us, because we're going to keep on bringing you this hot content every day and in every way. It's your main man, Big G. And make sure, like I said, stop what you're doing right now and tap in. Like, share, subscribe. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime.